What's up gamers? DICE have just dropped a new article on the Battlefield website along with a bunch of video content, the first of which is the 5 remaining specialists. Let's take a look at those before we get into the rest of it. Okay, and the first specialist is Navin Rao. He is equipped with the Trojan network, which is his trait. This means killing a hacked target reveals enemy locations nearby. And he's also got the Cyber Warfare suite, which allows him to hack enemy equipment and world objects. Next up we have Santiago Dosa Espinoza. He's the tank class basically. He's blast resistant, which obviously means he takes less damage from explosives. And he's also got his ballistic shield, which protects him from incoming projectiles as his equipment.
Let's make some trouble.
Next up, we've got Emma Sundance Rossier. Bit of a no-brainer here. She's got the wingsuit. And can I just say, this scene is absolutely epic. How many times did they have to practice this, I wonder, to execute that perfect landing there? She's also got the smart explosives. Now when I read about this earlier in the year, I didn't think that it would be this cool. But look at that. Next up, we've got Ji Soo Pike. I probably said that wrong. Now I'd say she's the anti-camping specialist. Getting shot by enemies behind cover reveals them. And then her equipment does a scan to reveal enemies behind walls. A lot of you have been saying that this is a wall hack, but I think it's going to be pretty balanced. Next up we have Konstantin Angel Angel. He's a trauma specialist, so he can revive allies rapidly and restore their armor. A little bit different to the other medic. He's also got the loadout crate, which is a powerful drop-in, like a care package that gives armor, ammo, and a new loadout to yourself and allies. Much like the one that could be dropped by the commander in Battlefield 3 and 4. So there you go gamers, the final 5 specialists have now been officially revealed. Let me know in the comments which is your favourite. Up, I'd like to go over the article that EA DICE have put up on the Battlefield website. Our open beta was a special moment for all of us who work across the project. You all finally got hands-on with our game. Before we get into the various learnings, takeaways and improvements that we have in motion for the launch of Battlefield 2042 and beyond, we have 2 special thank yous. And then they go ahead to thank us all for playing, saying how many of us joined in, and they also said thank you for taking the time to share our feedback and talk to them about it. They don't take it for granted. The second part here goes on to talk about the specialists. Today we are happy to reveal the final 5 specialists from Battlefield 2042 at launch, bringing you the total to 10. Armed with a unique specialty and trait, we see specialists as the next evolution of the classic Battlefield class system that will not only enable individual players to have a bigger impact, it will elevate teams that cooperate to newer heights. They go on to talk about the feedback and acknowledge that there were some numerous improvements to be made with the user interface system, and this is what affected the perception of the specialists, as well as there only being 4 out of 10 of them. Once you've got the full load of them, it's going to change it, they're saying. And finally, they go on to talk about what they learnt in the open beta. The first part relates to changes they've made to the actual gameplay. These you may already have heard, but they are as follows. Increased the number of tanks that you'll experience on Orbital. It's up from 4 to 8 on current gen, but it will stay the same on previous gen. Made changes to movement, adding strafe input to sliding, adding the ability to vault on moving objects, and toning down jump spamming. A nearby grenade indicator has been added. Entry and exit animations are now shorter, with some being removed entirely. And elevators have been fixed, so that you'll see less funky behaviours with those doors. And of course they go on to say much more, but let's have a look at the first video they include, and that is the Comero system that of course was missing from the beta. As you can see, it's alive and well here. It's got all the functionalities. Maybe the squares are not what you're used to, but it's that futuristic look. I think it works really well. And it's got all the options there. Love it. The next video I'll show you is the plus menu system for the weapons. Now they've added a way to change this in the pre-match screen, so you can set it up how you want. It seems you can set free to each direction so that you have a choice, but obviously it's not completely unlimited. So that's great. It also shows how you can see how the different attachments affect the handling characteristics of your weapon. Then once again the video shows you how you spawn in with it already set up, and then obviously how you can then change it. So I think that works really well. That looks much better now than in the beta. Finally, let's take a look at the heads-up display changes. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen there, they've added some colours to the kill feed, so you can easily distinguish friend from foe on there, and you can see a lot better what's going on. They've moved the kill indicators to right below the crosshair, and they've added a bit more colour to that, which makes it look a lot better. And just general improvements on the heads-up display, showing enemy locations better. It looks a lot more put together, a lot more easy to understand. They also go on in the article to confirm that the big map has been put back in. Obviously it wasn't in the beta, but it is in the full game, so that's great. The article also shows how the pre and post-match screens have been changed significantly, so there's much more detail than there was before. And it also just looks so much tidier, so much more put together. Now, I'm not saying that this is comprehensive. There is a lot more in the article that I've not covered here. I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys that don't want to watch a 20-minute long video explaining every little detail. If you do want to see all those details, I'll leave the link for that article in the description below, so go check that out if you want to read more. At this point, we've only got 20 days left until early access for the full game. It's looking like an absolute banger, guys. I'm Fun Guy. I'll see you in the next video.
Alright, let's do this! Come, my friend, the days are not over!